Hey everybody, and welcome to American Werewolves, where we'll be talking about the latest horror news. I am Brandon.
I'm Carrie.
And if our audio sounds a little bit different than normal, we're actually recording off a different third party because Skype isn't working. So we're just going to test this out and, see if this works better or in our favor and so forth.
Yeah, Microsoft, if you're listening to this, fix your shit. Because Skype keeps breaking down.
Oh, we're coming for you.
We're tired of it, Microsoft.
But enough about that. How have you been, Jay?
I've been okay. Yeah.
Life's got you down?
Yeah, no, I'm a 21-year-old in the 21st century, so.
Yeah. Fuck us, right? So today, we're actually going to be talking about just like a handful of news stories, the ones we picked out and we thought sounded pretty interesting. And we're going to be starting off with the new Child's Play poster and the release date that just dropped 2 days ago. Did you get a chance to check this out?
I saw the poster. I didn't know there was a release date.
Yeah, it was at the bottom.
Oh, I didn't look at it well enough then, I guess. I saw Aubrey Plaza post it on Instagram, and I was like, that's cool. I'm going to find it right now. So, for those of you who don't know, the release date is June 21st, 2019. Oh, yeah, I knew the release date because it's coming out. Yeah, okay, I know.
Yeah. It's June 21st. And the funny thing is, it is actually coming out the same day as Toy Story 4.
And may I say, opening weekend, this movie is going to make no money.
It's going to disappear. That's what's going to happen.
I don't know, who in the marketing department was like, yo, let's release it on the same day as Toy Story 4, because people are going to be like, oh, 2 movies about toys. What should we go see?
Yeah, they're like, it's pretty funny and clever, huh? And it's like, it's not really. I mean...
No, they're going to lose so much money.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to see Toy Story.
I really hope that the studio, MGM and Orin, I believe that's what they're called, I hope they decide to reconsider it and push it at least 2 weeks after or 2 weeks before. Very poor decision on their part. I don't think this is really smart. It's not even really that clever if that's what they were going for. I honestly think they should move the date. Because I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing this movie. I'm not going to lie.
So am I. But when you put me in a theater and give me Toy Story 4...
I'm going to see Toy Story 4.
Yeah, there are no second thoughts about it. Shit, if you put me in a theater with a new Chucky movie and Toy Story 3, which came out, 5 years ago? Yeah, I'm going to see Toy Story 3.
Not even 8 years ago.
Really? Yeah, I'm going to see Toy Story 3.
Yeah, any day. I will see Toy Story... I'll see Toy Story 4 probably 4 times before I even check out the new Child's Play.
Honestly, they need to change that release date because that movie is not going to do well financially if they try and compete with one of the biggest animated, if not the biggest animated franchise in film that there ever has been.
Exactly. I'm really looking forward to it because I really like the cast. I like Aubrey Plaza. I keep forgetting his name. It's Brian Tyler something, I think. I'm going to look it up. But he's on Atlanta with Donald Glover, and he is so damn good on that show.
Brian Tyree Henry?
Yes, Brian Tyree Henry. Yeah, he's really, really good. If you haven't seen Atlanta, check it out. He's amazing on it. I'm really curious on how they're going to do it because I know the backstory for Chucky this time is he is a killer robot. If you look closely on the poster, you see there's a little Wi-Fi symbol on the box for the Buddy doll. So it's...
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, it's on the I because it's spelled Buddi.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, so somehow Wi-Fi is going to be involved in this story. So he's going to be uploaded to the cloud and kill everybody.
They're going to have, the final fight, they're just going to unplug the router and he's going to stop.
He just freezes halfway.
His knife is just going to fall from his hand. It's just going to slump over.
The dumbass neighbor Steve's like, oh, the Wi-Fi is disconnected. Let me put it back on.
That's how I honestly hope. I pray to God that's how they stop him, is they just have to unplug the router.
Yeah.
That shit would be so fucking funny.
Oh my God, yeah.
If I found out that's how the movie ended, I would see that before going to see Toy Story.
Definitely, I'll be like, hold on, Toy Story. I got you 4 times in a row after this movie. Now, do you think this remake is a smart move, considering that the original franchise is still going on? Are you like against it, or are you for it?
I'm for it. To be honest, I didn't even know the original I was still going on until, not that long ago. Because he's doing it through like Netflix and stuff, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, Netflix is a big helper. They distribute the movie like a few days early before like the DVD release or the limited theatrical release. And there's even a TV series in the works right now that's going to continue the storyline based off those films.
Yeah, I think that's a bit much.
I thought so too, but I heard it was going to be just like 8 episodes, and I think it was just going to be like that one season and then another movie or so.
See, if it was like 8 episodes in just like a mini series, all right. But then if he's like, oh, and then we're going to do another film after that, like, I feel like he's milking the story as much as he can.
Yeah, that's what it definitely seems like. And I don't have a problem with it because I like Chucky, but the last movie I saw, Cult of Chucky, I was a little bit disappointed with it, the way it ended, because the movie started really getting good by like the last act, and it just leaves on a big cliffhanger that we're not going to find out until this TV series debuts. And a little questionable things here and there that I was kind of disappointed in, but I'm still looking forward to seeing where the original creator Don Mancini takes this franchise. I also think this, it's a good thing we have another one, because now we have 2 Chucky series that the fans can pick and choose from.
Yeah, depending on the film, I do enjoy a remake. It's a rehashing of something that we're all familiar with, and it's nice to see a fresh take on it. So I'm all for the remake. Whether it'll be any good or not, I don't know. Yeah. Honestly, they haven't released any trailers or anything.
I feel like we're gonna get one soon with the poster and the release date.
Definitely.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think a remake is needed and not so much a continuation of the series, because I feel like it's kind of something that's been pop culture wise or like, I don't want to say pop culture, relevancy, I guess. Yeah. It's been kind of dead. And like, yeah, he's continuing it, but it's nothing that people are talking about, Yeah,
like the horror community, like they're loving that he's back, but it's definitely not as big of a splash, I guess.
Yeah.
That like I guess they were hoping for. It is for the hardcore fans of the series.
Yeah, definitely.
Which, that's why you should be making movies to begin with. These movies are only made for the fans.
Yeah.
And, they just don't have a lot of traction. As enjoyable as they are, they don't. And I think even this remake can actually even benefit the original series, because, like, people can probably get into Chucky again if this remake does well.
Yeah.
And then both franchises will be happy, and Don Mancini can stop being upset over this remake. I am curious, though, how this new director is going to do it, though. I forgot his name. I'm going to look it up. But I know he did this movie called Polaroid. It was his directorial debut. And it was going to be released through the Weinstein Company.
Ooh.
And then that whole thing happened. And now his movie is like on the shelf. His name is Lars Klevberg. He did a short based off Polaroid, which did really well. And now this movie, the feature film adaptation of that, is just probably never going to see the light of day. Yeah, we'll see. Who knows? The movie does good, then they'll release this on Netflix, whatever. But speaking of movies that are probably never going to see the light of day, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie got delayed again.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I saw the article, and I didn't even know that they were still continuing with it. Because it had been dead. They announced it years ago, and it's been dead.
Yeah, I think they announced it back in like 2013, I want to say.
Yeah, something like that. Around the time where the game was like getting its traction.
Yeah, it was getting super popular.
Yeah. I honestly, here's my thing. Here's what I love about Five Nights at Freddy's. It's super interesting because the game is super basic. It's super simple, but there are small things said throughout the game that has this entire backstory to it that nobody 100% knows. Like, there are a lot of theories and stuff, and there are things that the game does confirm, but I think it's super interesting story-wise how you kind of have to piece together this backstory of why this place is the way it is through just pieces of the game.
Right.
And that, I remember when the game, like, when he started releasing the games, I remember I was, like, up one night, and I was just reading a whole bunch of, like, backstory, because I was, like, super interested in it. It was a really cool story. And to be told through multiple games, I thought was really cool. Because, again, as I said, he doesn't come out and just say everything. You kind of have to you kind of have to look for it. Or pay attention to the audio.
The viewers just kind of lost throughout the game, and it's only really up to the player to actually piece everything together. They never say anything. They never hold your hand throughout the story. You just kind of have to figure it out.
Yeah, and I feel like a movie would kind of take that away.
I think they can make it work. I feel like if they were to do a movie, they shouldn't take it too seriously as the game does, which is another thing. The creator, Scott Cawthon, I believe it is. Scott Cawthon. I'm probably butchering it, but whatever. According to this interview with Polygon, he talked about how he had written a script and that Jason Blum liked it and Chris Columbus, the director, liked it too, but he tossed it because he had a different idea for it and one he liked better. So he's taking responsibility for the delay, but he's determined to find the right story to tell for this movie. He's always he said he's sticking to what he's always said, that either the right movie gets made or no movie gets made.
Oh, so he's doing the movie himself.
Yeah, he's writing it. He's the one behind it. Yeah, it's not some greedy screenwriter just like grabbing it. And, trying to phone in a paycheck. No. It's him. And Jason Blum is apparently super cool about him. He wants to make the right story. He wants them to help write the right story so that way they can get this thing going. I think it's a good thing, but the delay is also kind of causing this project to lose steam with fans. I feel like no one's really that interested in this movie anymore. When it was first announced, I was all for it. If it was pushed out within the next 2 years after that announcement, I would have been so down for it.
Yeah, but I mean, now it's the story is kind of dead. There hasn't been any new games or...
Yeah, there hasn't been a game in a year or so, right?
Maybe longer.
Yeah, because I know he took a break from developing the games because he was pushing them out so quick that I'm pretty sure he ran out of ideas.
Well, I think he completed the game series.
The main one?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. He just completed the series. Latest release was something Ultimate Custom Night, which was back a few months ago. But yeah, no, he's come out with some in the past years. But he's making a new one, isn't he?
He said he's working on a big budget game. He doesn't say what exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's working on a VR and AR. He's got a VR and AR game in the works.
Ooh.
And a big budget AAA game based on the series that's in early development.
Okay.
So we'll see where that goes. As for the games, that's pretty cool. But as for this movie, I don't know. I feel like this is going to get dropped after a while.
Yeah, I'm all for another game. A movie I don't need.
Yeah. And if you were going to do a movie, I can probably see it maybe finding life on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would do good in a big theatrical run anymore, at least. But I feel like it'd be the perfect spot for Netflix. I mean, Blumhouse has already got this relationship where they're releasing smaller movies and other movies on Netflix there. So we'll see how that one turns out. On to other things, though. Just got word a few days ago that The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is actually releasing a holiday special very, very soon. I believe the date is December 14th. The showrunner of the series, he came out and said he was super excited because they had been filming season 2 already. And this, I believe, was one of the first ones they filmed so they can get it ready for the December time.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it because season 1 ended as Sabrina, and I was like, I don't want to wait another year.
Which, thankfully, we don't, because apparently it's going to be coming out, I think, more around May or so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've already started filming, I think even before season 1 aired.
Okay,
I
cool.
could be. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. That's pretty exciting because I actually really, really enjoyed this series, and I've been wanting to see more, and I'm so excited for this.
Yeah.
Do you think this is going to be just a normal hour-long episode, or do you think they're going to push it to like an hour and a half?
That's what I was wondering. I don't know, to be honest. I could see it going either way, really.
I would love an hour and a half episode, to be honest, since it's like, it is a special, it's kind of like a one-off. I think it could totally work. I'd be so down for it. Shit, I'd be down for a 2-hour episode. I don't care.
Yeah, what I'm wondering is it going to continue a story? Like, are we going to continue where season 1 left off, just holiday, just they're in winter? Or is it just going to be something completely separate where you don't really have to have seen season 1?
I think it will work as a continuation, but it won't have any relevance to season 2 or part 2, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Yeah, if it does, then that'd be cool. Considering it is on Netflix and the viewers can be a lot more interactive, I wouldn't be surprised if they made it like a big part of season 2, or like an official ending to season 1. But we'll see. I'm just really curious of what they're gonna do. I saw some clips through the Netflix exclusive teaser for the stuff coming out in December. They showed a little bit of Sabrina and her aunts just hanging out in the Sabrina Spellman house. They haven't released any plot details, and I'm kind of glad they aren't, because I kind of just want to go into this fresh without really knowing much. I think we'll probably be getting a teaser very soon, though, considering this announcement.
I would imagine so if it's a holiday episode.
Yeah, definitely.
They gotta release it soon.
Yeah. Hopefully within the next week or so we actually get more information on that. Well, sticking to the Netflix updates, we actually just found out that Stranger Things Season 3 has just wrapped production, and it is aiming for a 2019 release.
I thought they finished production a while ago.
No, just a few days ago, like the main cast members just started posting how production just wrapped. They're done filming their scenes. So we should be getting some teaser clips and, some pretty cool marketing very soon. Now, I'm a fan of the series. I really liked season 1. I enjoyed it a lot, even though it was pretty much just a big homage to like 80s movies like E.T. and stuff like that. And season 2, I also really enjoyed, but looking back on it, I really didn't enjoy it as much as the first. It kind of falls into that sequel territory where people think bigger is better, and I just wasn't as interested in the story this time around.
I don't know. I think I was more into it season 2 than I was season 1, because I think I cared about the characters more in season 2 than I did in season 1.
Right. Well, yeah, because they've developed, you understand where they're at now. You actually get a chance to really learn about Will, which I liked because he was left in the sidelines during the first season.
Well, I mean, he was missing.
Yeah, your point. But yeah, I liked how we got to introduce, we got to get more about him. I wasn't really a huge fan of the Max character. I didn't hate her, but I just felt like she was kind of forced into the group.
Yeah.
I'm not even that interested in her brother. I feel hopefully, they do more with them in season 3, because they didn't do much with them this season. They were just kind of there.
No, except her brother being a fucking asshole.
That was it. We just learned that this guy's a prick, and he's trying to hit on Nancy's mom by the end of the season.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that.
Which I'm just like, all right, well,
they did that.
There's a potential plot line. Stranger Things Season 3, The Affair.
It has nothing to do with Demogorgons.
It's just a damn drama in the 80s. Also, question, since I completely forgot about this sideline. Do you think they're going to continue the story from 7, I think she was, in season 2, where 11 goes off like her little side quest halfway through the season?
I don't. That's what it made it seem like they were going to do, but the episode got a lot of backlash.
Yeah, it really did. I feel like people kind of warmed up to it now, since they had time to accept it. People can honestly just go ahead and skip it. But to me, when I actually saw it, I didn't think it was as bad as people made it, yeah, it took away
Yeah.
from the narrative we were following, and it was just kind of, it seemed pointless, and it was very obvious this was trying to set up like a spin-off series. It felt like a backdoor pilot.
Mm.
And I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was kind of interesting. I would like to see, all the other numbers out there and see if they pop in, which I'm sure they will. Also, I remember the creators, the Duffer Brothers, they decided, well, they didn't decide it, but they hinted at the possibility of this season maybe even taking place outside of Hawkins.
Okay.
Which I'm curious if they're sticking to that. How true that statement may be.
I mean, I don't think it would make that huge of a difference story-wise. It's just a different location, but we'd still be following the same characters and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I see what they mean, because I think people are going to get tired of Hawkins being like, getting the shit end of the stick when it comes to these monsters.
Yeah, but, at the end of the day, I don't think it's so much the location. I think it's the story itself. I think it's, there's only so much we can see of the Upside Down and the Demogorgon over and over.
Yeah.
That was kind of my thing with season 2 near the end. I was like, oh, it's season 1. And then at the end of season, 2, when you see the fucking, like, the thing from War of the Worlds at the end, that's not what that is. That's just what it looked like. When you see that thing at the end, it's like, oh, it's going to come back. I don't know. The show is kind of starting to feel repetitive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, which is why I hope they actually do kind of continue off that storyline, or the idea that episode 7 of season 2 was kind of hinting at, where we explore more about the other numbers. I actually wouldn't mind it. I would definitely miss these characters, but I feel like we can't really do much story-wise with them.
I don't think they're clearly not going to get rid of those characters. Like, it's not
they're
not
too
happen.
popular.
But I think we've seen the Upside Down. If they're going to focus on the other experiments, I think, have some relevancy to the Upside Down in the show. I'd make it like the last big fight or whatever. But what if the villains are the other experiments in season 3?
That I can totally see that.
Yeah, instead of how 7 was, how she was like, oh, let's just fucking kill everybody. What if season 3 is all of these experiments just wanting to kind of take revenge on everything, and 11 being like, guys, stop. Friends, don't kill.
And they're like, shut up, Slim Shady, and they just start going at it.
Yeah, so I think that would be interesting rather than seeing another Demogorgon.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of the Demogorgon, because that was my issue with season 2. Like, they thought bigger was better, and it was like, not really. It's the same thing. It's still enjoyable, but if you try doing it a third time, I'm definitely going to tune out. Yeah, but I would like that idea. I'm totally for it. They already confirmed that there's only going to be 4 seasons in total, maybe 5 if they can come up with another story. So hopefully they have a whole plan mapped out, and they're not just kind of winging it season by season. And I actually just found another story that I thought was pretty interesting that we can actually go into. Do you remember the book's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Deadline reports that the company Wild Eye actually just acquired the rights, and they'll be releasing a documentary based on the books sometime next year.
A documentary?
Yeah. And this is only one of the many films. There's actually a feature film at works.
Okay, see, that sounds cool, but a documentary, like, I
think the documentary sounds interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm curious to see how what goes into those books. I'm one of those nerds.
Was it not somebody just writing scary stories? Like, that's
but it's like, it's going to go into there's 40 different or plus interviews, including the author's family members and authors like R.L. Stine and other folklore and artists.
I didn't think the books were that extensive that they can make an entire. I thought they were just books that you got at the book fair in elementary school. They
essentially are. They're books from the book fair that turned into something way more.
I didn't think it was that. Like, I know everybody like read them and like they were popular, but I didn't think it was enough. Where like you gotta interview R.L. Stine to see what he thinks about it. Because weren't there only like 3?
Yeah, there aren't 3, but you have to like imagine like remember the impact that these books had across like different kids and stuff. Like a whole generation grew up with these stories, So it doesn't really surprise me much that someone decided I want to make a documentary on this and try to, get it out there.
Yeah, I know kids like read it and stuff. I just didn't think it was that big that they're like, oh, we're like. I feel like Goosebumps is bigger.
Oh, definitely Goosebumps is bigger. This is scarier though. This is one of those where like.
Without a doubt.
I felt like in a sense it was almost underrated because stories like Goosebumps were like pushing it to the sideline and no one was really paying attention to them. But these are the stories that actually kept me up at night and I was freaked out. I remember even my mom reading these stories to me when I was younger and she was even like, damn, this is pretty twisted.
Yeah, they were pretty dark. The illustrations were.
Yeah, I think the illustrations definitely helped and made the stories way more disturbing than they could have been.
Yeah.
Or more like than they should have been, can I say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's in the works. And there's also the Guillermo del Toro produced movie that will be also in the works. There's not really much.
Oh, that's going to be
dope. There's not much word on it. I'm going to see if I can find something on it now. But like, there hasn't been much talk on it. Guillermo del Toro, he's like king of like starting projects and then kind of just letting them collect dust for a while until they eventually pick up.
Until he's like, oh yeah, I did this.
Yeah, like the Pinocchio movie, I think is just getting traction with Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, right. Like, it was supposed to happen like so long ago, and it's I don't know what happened.
Now, was it just going to be Pinocchio, or was it going to be Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, where like fucking shanking people with his nose?
I don't think it was going to be that disturbing and twisted. No.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I feel like it would have been, or just something like super weird because like Shape of Water was fantastic.
It was great. I saw it on the plane. It was really, really good. Really well done.
Yeah.
Guillermo del Toro only is producing and writing it, as far as I can tell. It's Andre Overdal that is directing. But I think the movie, that feature film adaptation, just got backing like a couple months back. So it is in the works. It's moving forward now. So hopefully within the next, maybe by Halloween next year, we'll get it.
Okay.
Fingers crossed, knowing the shaky production that's been in. I doubt it. We'll see. I'm pretty excited to see what they do with that. Mm-hmm. Do you have any stories that you remember from those books, or even just the illustration you remember freaking you the hell out?
I remember the illustrations being very like vivid.
Right.
Just like super twisted, but I don't remember any of the stories.
Yeah, I think the only one I remember was a Scarecrow.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It was like moving around, and then like I think the person thought it was like a real person. Or it was. I don't remember. I have to honestly reread those books.
I wonder if there's an app. Oh yeah, look, here goes the Scarecrow. Yeah, these are fucking
twisted and
Scary
disturbing.
Stories 3. Yeah, there were only 3 books. Oh my god.
What?
Bro, you can't even buy them on like iBooks because they're on pre-order. They're now like getting to iBooks and you can pre-order these books. Like they're not already on there like they should be. Like they're like, oh, let's bring back this popular series. This is insane. I didn't think these books were that huge.
No, dude, they are huge. Like this is what I'm saying. Like that's why I think it warrants this documentary.
That's insane. I always thought like, yeah, they're scary books, but like they didn't have that big of an impact.
Right.
That's insane.
No, man, trust me, it's huge. And I honestly think this might have the potential to even bring the books back or maybe even start different projects. I can see even a Netflix series being in the works at some point down the line for these stories.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
I think they should do that instead of a feature film, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe Guillermo del Toro can create a cool anthology movie, because I know anthology movies are kind of coming back. Like the VHS movies, stuff like that. I think that could be cool. Another like smaller story we got is Netflix just released a trailer for the movie called Cam, which I know you are super excited to watch.
For Cam?
Yeah, where it talks about Alice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Where the cam girl discovers she's been replaced online on her own show by an exact replica of herself.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that one.
I think, look, I'm a sucker for movies that, like, have...
Cam girls? Yeah, me too, but...
well, that aside from... but I like movies that have, like, really over-exaggerated colors. I just like movies in that type of style. And it does seem like it can at least be enjoyable and entertaining. I don't know if it'll be necessarily scary, but who knows? We'll watch it, and I might end up hating it, and you might end up loving it.
I don't know. I just think it's a weird... It's such an out there, like, story. Not because it's, like, a cam girl. Like, there's nothing weird about that, like, you know. But I feel like there could... I don't know, like... Someone just replaced her. Like, I don't know. It's the trailer was super weird.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just a really bad trailer.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's just a really bad trailer and not a bad movie.
I didn't 100% grasp what was going on through the trailer.
Right. It was a basic gist of like, oh, she's been replaced. I just hope the reason she's replaced is it's stupid. Like there's like a ghost on the freaking website or whatever trying to take over, because that'd be really, really dumb.
I hope it's something like really simple, like it's just her twin.
I kind of hope that's not it, because then I feel like that's just a little weird itself. I don't know. I mean, it's been getting some pretty positive feedback in a lot of film festivals, but then again, so did Mandy, and we weren't the craziest about that movie.
Oh, that's... yeah.
But I think Mandy was just like a whole movie on a completely different level.
And it was just really weird.
Yeah, and I love really weird. And you know I love really weird movies. But even with this movie, I was like, I kind of have to draw the line a little. Because it's not like... There was things about it that I really, really enjoyed, but there's a lot of things that I didn't.
Yeah.
But I guess that's gonna cut it for today's episode. As for what's coming out for us, we've both been pretty busy, and I've been busy especially, so it's been a while to put out a couple of the episodes for us. We have the Haunted Hill House, the spoiler discussion, which I just finished editing. It should be up sometime after this episode. We also got our spoiler discussion for Chilling Adventures of Sabrina Season 1. And we're also going to be doing one for Cam once this drops on Friday.
Oh, it's this Friday?
Yeah, it's coming out this Friday. And I also want to do one for Green Room, because that also got dropped on Netflix, and I know you haven't seen that film.
I have not.
Yeah, I'm curious to see your thoughts on it, because it's not a weird horror film, but it's just a very different.
Who's Imogen Poots, right?
Imogen Poots and Anton Yelchin. They were both in Fright Night, the remake. But that's gonna cut it for today's episode. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on our YouTube. We will follow us on our Instagram at American Werewolves, and tell us if you like us recording over this third party over the previous ones. So far, Jay and I have no problems with it, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, or tell us if it just sounds exactly the same, because if it does, this is a lot easier than setting up Skype on a computer.
By far, way easier.
Yeah.
So that's going to cut it for today. Once again, I'm Brandon.
I'm Jared.
And this has been American Werewolves.
American Werewolves.